Soft sunlight glints off rides and merry-go-rounds, merry jingles floating through the air. The bustle of the carnival goes on around you as you stroll along, enjoying the day. It's breezy, yet the breeze is warm and butter-soft, gently wrapping your soft silk dress around your legs as you walk. The taste of ice cream on your lips and contentment in your heart. You've always loved carnivals, loved life and crowds and energy of them. Children run past, made energetic by cotton candy and excitement. In the golden sunshine, you see mothers rubbing sunscreen on protesting children, teenagers shrieking with glee on the rides, or holding hands nervously with each other, delighting in their first taste of closeness with each other. Young men cast appreciative glances your way, and you blush softly. The sun continues to shine down upon you, the sounds and smells and sights blending together into a patchwork of sensations. The scent of cotton candy, happy shouts, a warm breeze, sudden freezing cold. You pause, ice cream melting onto your hand unheeded. In the warmth of the summer day, it's easy to pass off that cold as a figment of imagination, yet it was so sudden, so intense and so real that your mind can find no explanation. You try to shrug it off and enjoy the day, and soon you are happily watching a group of children learn a life lesson on trusting the carnies, who say every ball wins a prize. Even as cold wind buffets the back of your neck, your head jerks up, and sudden horror begins to crystallize in your brain as something invisible and unseen slips away, visible only by a sudden rustle in the grass. You shiver, the warm happiness of the day fading fast. You move away, going faster than normal, frantically rationalizing to yourself. You're dehydrated. You're heat-struck.
You have an overactive imagination.
As you rest by the hot dog stand, the seller pauses in ladling another scoop on onions. As you rest by the hot dog stand, the seller pauses in ladling another scoop of onions onto a hot dog and asks if you're alright. You nod and assure him you're fine. You're not and just tired. He nods and smiles, inquiring as to whether you'd like a hot dog. You decline politely, your stomach churning over for food. Cold fingers stroke down your face. The horror on your face is obvious, and you bolt, the seller's worry cries fading into the background. There is something after you, seen in the corner of your vision, no longer invisible but faster than your eyes can follow. You see, you don't know what to see. Details too faint, too strange, too otherly to identify. No one else can see it. You know that. It seems to pass them with no notice, normal life continuing around it. You are the target. It wants you to fear. Shouts and complaints follow you as you run blindly, sick horror filling you. You bounce into someone who grabs at you, swearing. You flail desperately, breaking free, almost screaming as the smell of its vile breath draws closer. Light reflecting off unseen teeth, harsh breath panting in your ear. As it draws closer, something strange is happening to the crowd. The sounds blur together, becoming a sinister mockery with muffled, underwater quality, the tinkle of the merry-go-round a vile parody. The faces seem odd, paler, melted, mingling with the bleeding colors of the rest of the carnival in a ghastly palette. The appetizing smells now churn your stomach, similar to a taunt, yet wrong enough to terrify. Your legs are tired, the air seeming to thicken and condense as you run through water. The creature has no problems. It's gaining. As you feel it behind you, you make the last mistake of your life. You turn and look. Before you scream, your mind shatters as you get your first good look. It reaches you. The carnival continues on.
Every year, my town hosts a carnival. It's a big deal. Carousels, fair games, Hall of Mirrors, and that stupid twirly swing ride that makes you want to vomit. They really pull out all the stops for this one weekend in October. Growing up, I would get sugar sick, as my mom liked to call it, from all the cotton candy and funnel cakes. I'd only feel the symptoms after the night was done, while laying in bed, clutching my prize. I ignored the malaise and played back all the festivals in my head. I skipped the carnival now. It doesn't do anything for me anymore. So imagine my dismay as my girlfriend, who helps work at the carnival, dragged me along one night after all the crowds had left. "No lines," she squealed. "I even know how to turn on the Ferris wheel." I tried to look excited. She yanked me over to the shooting gallery, and we sat down in front of a counter lined with water pistols. Several bullseye targets hung about 15 feet away. We fired away, but of course I let her win. I jumped the counter and make my way over to the prize rack. Huge stuffed animals, baseball caps, and t-shirts lined the walls. "Which one do you want?" I yelled back. She tried to look like she was making a life-altering decision. I'll admit now, it was kinda cute. Before choosing, I see her whip out her cell phone and snap a picture of me next to the prize. I'm stuck between picking you or the stuffed octopus next to the clown head doll. "I'll take the octopus." I rolled my eyes and reached past the clown head doll to the octopus. From there, she pulled me over to the carousel. I watched her disappear into the engineer's control room, and a few seconds later, the pipe organ started, and the carousel cranked into motion. During the ride, she felt it was time for another picture. I really tried to smile. We only stayed in the Hall of Mirrors for a few minutes. It was pitch black in there. We kept bumping into the mirrors and each other. Of course, she snapped a picture in there too. The blinding flash didn't help our disorientation. After the terrifying Hall of Mirrors situation, we decided to leave. She told me she was going to go home and post pictures of the great night. The next morning, I got on Facebook and noticed the small album she uploaded. I started reading through the comments. "Lucky bastard. Carnival all to yourself. Nice." What struck me off guard were the next comments. "I love a photobombing clown. Who is that dressed up as the clown?" "Wait, what?" I looked through the pictures again, and sure enough, there it is. In the carousel picture, there was a tall clown in the background. The speed of the ride somewhat blurred his image, but I could see him just standing there, arms at his sides. In the Hall of Mirrors, the flash illuminated the face of a smiling clown and one mirror in the corner of the picture. There was something chillingly twisted about his expression. How many times did I collide into him thinking he was my girlfriend? And lastly, there was the picture of me standing next to the shooting gallery prize rack. There he was, next to the octopus I grabbed from my girlfriend. I thought he was a doll. The realization made me absolutely sick. I was a hair's length away from him. His warm breath probably grazed my skin. What sort of sick delight did he get from doing this? I called up my girlfriend, who was still asleep, and asked her if she knew the clowns that were hired for the carnival. Her reply made me shudder. They got rid of clowns 5 years ago, when parents complained they were scaring the kids.